Hello, my dear students. I'm making a video because we are not going to study face-to-face class. We're going to make it here through the internet or virtual way. Okay. Many of you didn't attend the last class that I had last week about the Unit 2, whose title is Health Matters. Okay. Algunos de ustedes no estuvieron en la clase la semana pasada que corresponde a la unidad 2 que traduce Health Matters, la salud importa. Empezamos con un vocabulario que fue muy sencillo sobre diversos problemas dentales que tienen las personas. We began the class about some problems that we can have with the teeth. One of the problems is red or swollen gums. Broken tooth is another problem. A loose tooth, the third problem, and the feelings that we call into Spanish casas could be another problem too. We studied the last class about these topics. Today we continue with the vocabulary we use, okay? After these problems, we studied a story that was this one. It's a conversation between the guest and the clerk about a problem he had while traveling to another country. Listen to the pronunciation of the story, but let me to put the audio for you first. Bueno, van a escuchar la pronunciación de esta unidad, de este diálogo que tenemos acá. It's a short conversation. Listen to it.
Read and listen to someone with a dental emergency during a trip.
I need to see a dentist as soon as possible. I think it's an emergency. I was wondering if you might be able to recommend someone who speaks English.
Let me check. Actually, there is one not far from here. Would you like me to make an appointment for you?
If you could, thanks. I'm in a lot of pain.
So, I hear you're from overseas.
From Ecuador. Thanks for fitting me in.
Luckily, I had a cancellation. So, what brings you in today?
Well, this tooth is killing me.
When did it first begin to hurt?
It's been bothering me since last night.
Let's have a look. Open wide.
Ah.
Well, let's take an x-ray and see what's going on.
Okay, as you can see, it's a conversation between three people. One is the worker from the hotel that we call here Claire. The other man is the guest, that is a man from Ecuador that is on business in another country. And the dentist, that is a woman who's decided to attend this man. She opened a space for fitting him in and try to know what's the problem with this man, okay? Here is a math exercise about the expression that are underlined, like I do it as soon as possible. Which one of these letters is as soon as possible, okay? In the second place is make an appointment. One of these ones, from A to E, is the correct interpretation of make an appointment. Number 3, thanks for fitting me in. What is fitting me in according to these ones? And killing me, that's have meaning here too, one of the letters. And what's going on has another meaning. So you have to write the letters here of the meanings that you consider that appropriate for this, okay? The next is an activity that you have to do it by yourself. Where did it happen? When did it happen? What happened? What kind of thing? An emergency, a dental emergency or a medical emergency that you have or someone in your family has, you know about it, okay? Just write about that. Okay, let's go for the next page. In the next page, we begin with the grammar. That is very important to study. But before the grammar, we have a vocabulary. The vocabulary is about symptoms, different symptoms that one could have in certain occasions or situations that we live normally. For example, I feel dizzy. Into Spanish is cuando me siento mareado. I feel nauseous. Tengo ganas de vomitar. I feel weak. When you're not strong, cuando usted está débil. I feel short of breath. It's when we have any difficulty to have air in our lungs. Tenemos dificultades para respirar. Another way to say problems is I've been vomiting. When you do it on the bathroom or something like that, vomiting, it's a true coldness, vomitar. Coughing means toser. That's the translation into Spanish. Sneezing is when I have a running nose and I have to use the handkerchief. And wheezing. Wheezing is when I have a cold, when I'm very cold and I'm trembling, I'm moving my body. That's wheezing. Estoy temblando. Other way to say is I have pain in my chest. I have pain in my hip. This is the hip. I have pain in my wrists, okay, and I have pain in my stomach. That's another way to say. So remember that the words more important here is the symptoms: dizzy, nauseous, weak, short of breath, vomiting, coughing, sneezing, wheezing, have pain in the chest, have pain in the hip, have pain in the ribs, and have pain in the stomach, okay? Those are the words of the vocabulary. The next exercise is about listening, and this listening is about 6 conversations. That really is 5 because the last one, we have to check what are the symptoms that the person has in each conversation, and to check if he or she has pain, is in pain or not. If he or she is in pain, we have to write here what part of the body is in this process, okay? So let's listen to the conversations and try to solve the exercise. This is the listening.
Listen and check the symptoms each patient describes. Conversation 1.
What seems to be the problem today, Mrs. Gillis?
Well, I've been feeling pretty dizzy for the last few days. I have to lie down all the time. I feel really weak and I have so little energy. I can't even make myself lunch or dinner.
I'm sorry to hear that.
And I can hardly walk upstairs. I'm so short of breath whenever I try.
Any pain?
Funny you should ask. I have pain in my shoulder, too.
Conversation 2.
Is there anything bothering you today, Mr. Baker?
Well, when I woke up this morning, I felt terrible. I had this pain in the back of my neck, and I thought I'd better get in to see the doctor right away.
Have you been coughing?
A lot, actually. I've had a bad cold for over a week now.
That might explain the pain you've been feeling in your neck. I'm going to give you something for that cold.
Conversation 3.
The doctor will be right with you, Miss Rice. Have you not been feeling well?
Not great, actually, and I've been sneezing like crazy.
Oh, that's too bad.
Anyway, today my back is killing me, so I thought, that's it, I'd better come in.
Come, I'll take you in to see the doctor.
Conversation 4.
You're here to see Dr. Fox?
Yes, I am. I've been really sick.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Have you been nauseous?
Oh, yeah.
Any vomiting?
Yes. I'm afraid I've been throwing up everything I eat.
Any dizziness?
Not really, just nauseousness.
Well, Dr. Fox will be with you in a moment.
Conversation 5.
You're Ms. Perlman?
Yes, I am.
The doctor will be with you soon. Can I ask you a few questions?
Okay.
What brings you in today?
Well, I've been wheezing a lot since yesterday. I don't know what's wrong. It's really annoying.
Are you allergic to anything?
Not that I can think of.
Any other symptoms?
Not really.
Conversation 6.
Mr. Rashid?
That's me.
Hello, Mr. Rashid. The doctor will see you in just a moment. Are you in a lot of pain?
Well, my hip has been bothering me a lot for the past 2 days. It hurts all the time.
Did you fall or have an accident?
Not that I can remember.
Any pain anywhere else? In your knees? Your elbows?
No.
Listen again. If the patient has pain, write where it is.
Bueno, entonces ese el ejercicio ustedes deben escucharlo las veces que sea necesario para resolver el cuadro. I repeat, you have to do it many times. You have to listen and to try to repeat this video if you want to make the exercise about the symptoms described in each conversation and if pain, where does it occur, okay? In the next part that we studied in the last class, we are talking about intonation. An arrow up means rising intonation and the arrow down means falling intonation. So when I have series of things, the first one, for example, I have two and they are united by N. I have two words, two symptoms. I feel weak and dizzy. Okay, weak is rising, dizzy is falling. Okay, we have three. For example, I've been sneezing, coughing, and wheezing. Okay, in the first two, there's rising intonation, and the last one is falling intonation. On number three, for example, we can have four elements. See? I have pain in my neck, my shoulders, my back, my hip. So you can say neck, shoulders, and back is rising intonation, and hip is falling intonation. Sube la entonación en los elementos menos en el último. Ok. En el próximo video veremos la parte gramatical y empezaremos con unos ejercicios.